This is the Inferno Podcast. It's the official podcast of UAB Athletics. Blazer fans, this is the place every week for an inside look into UAB Athletics. This episode is brought to you by Pearl River Resort.
Welcome back to the Inferno Podcast, your official podcast of UAB Athletics. It's Season 3, Episode 5, and as always, we're brought to you by Pearl River Resort. Today's episode rundown is going to be brought to you by Legacy Credit Union, the official credit union of UAB Athletics. Joining me today for our Coaches Corner is going to be softball's head coach, Taylor Smartt. She's going to be joined with our Blazers of the Week, Hannah Dorsett and Abbi Perkins. Now, the Blazers had a lot of personal bests going on this weekend because at the Bob Pollock Invite, track and field had 6 personal bests. Wow, bowling's Jordan Shipp broke the school record 1 point shy of a perfect game. UAB basketball earned their conference wins, being 14-8, earning a conference win over UTSA in North Texas. Women's basketball earned their first conference win at Wichita State this week. Softball kicks off their season this weekend in Hattiesburg for the Southern Miss Invite, with baseball not too far behind them, 2 weeks shy of taking on Florida. Be sure to follow Inferno Podcast on all of our socials, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and be sure to stay tuned as we get into This Week in Blazer Nation. Welcome back to the Inferno Podcast, the official podcast of UAB Athletics. I'm here with our Coaching Corner presented by Viva Health and Pepsi. I'm here with head coach of softball, Taylor Smartt. Coach Smartt, how are we doing today?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Of course. You're getting into your season and getting back into the groove of things. What are you most excited about going into this week?
Just excited to see us compete.
Yeah.
The beginning of the season, first games you compete, it's just more of like, so excited to get to do that, and I keep reminding them it's just it's not like where we're going to end up. Obviously, it's like, let's see where we're at, how we can continue to get better, but just getting them to all be on the same team and not having to scrimmage against each other. I know they're excited to all be in one dugout and go out there and compete and see what we got.
Yeah, what are practices like so far for you guys?
We've scrimmaged a good bit just so our pitchers can see live and our hitters can see live, and obviously now we're getting into game prep for who we're going to play this weekend and how we can be our best.
What's your philosophy going into these games now?
Yeah, I think that, just kind of as we go into season, you kind of got to figure out what your MO is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I tell them all the time, defense is catching and throwing, and how are we going to touch the plate the most? So finding ways to score runs. But as we go into this, seeing what we have, how we can continue to get better, and how we can just go 1-0 each game. And off of that, our little goals within that we have as a team, how we can continue to reach those, and how we can continue to maximize ourselves.
Yeah, you guys have a pretty tight-knit group. You guys are always having fun, always going out there playing for each other. How do you continue to push that to your players? Like, hey, we're here, we're playing for each other. Let's go compete.
Yeah, I think that just comes down to the team chemistry and them, truly caring about each other and wanting each other to have success. And we have a special group, and it's definitely seen in that. And that's something that I'm really fortunate to have a team that's like that. And as we go out there, obviously, when you're scrimmaging, everyone's playing. And so, now just knowing, we're going to put people out there that have given themselves a chance based on our stuff we've done in scrimmage and how we think it's going to be best for our team. But, it's going to be next man up if something doesn't go right. And how can we be our best and know that from 1 to 25, every person on our team is going to help us win a ball game at some point, and being ready for that.
Yeah. When you played at Troy, and you've been in Bama for a minute now, what were some of your favorite memories playing there?
Obviously, looking back on things, you never forget the teammates you played with.
Never.
And all the other little moments. I always tell our team, I don't mean it's bad, but misery plus time equals humor. And so there's some things that you look back and you're like, God, that was awful. But it's some of the funniest stories. But it's about the people you do it with, and I'm blessed with an amazing staff, and I get to come to work every day, and I get to be surrounded by amazing people, and I feel the same way with our team. And so just being in the moment and being present with the people next to them so that they can be the best for the people around them. And so, when we're going out here, it's hard because some of them may not play as much as they want, but because their true joy and love for each other, to continue to support and know that that's what's best for the team and being ready for their moment when it's called. So like as we go into like I think about like myself, like all the memories and opportunities to put on the jersey and go compete were some that I'll never forget. And then with the people I did it with, that's what meant the most to me.
Yeah. Were there ever any moments that you felt like you were in the slumps? You feel like you were ready to take off the jersey. I can't do this anymore. I'm not moving forward.
Yes, I think every athlete goes through that. Yeah. After my sophomore year, I was like, I don't really know if I really want to do this. And having my dad as a college baseball coach, I was like terrified to admit that. And I did, and he was like, okay. And I was like, oh, I wasn't ready for that. And then honestly, I worked Alabama softball camp that summer, and I love kids and I love teaching, and I knew that I just was in a not happy space. I wasn't playing my absolute best, and so like trying to flip my mindset of how can I continue to be better and set myself up to be a great coach later, because I knew I wanted to go into coaching and I knew I wanted to impact people, and I just get to do it. I told my team, I just get to use the avenue of softball to help impact and lead others and just teach. I mean, I think that's just naturally who I am to my core, as a teacher at heart. Yeah,
I love that mindset. What do you hope that your players continue to see out of you as a person and as a coach?
I hope that they see the true passion that I have for everything, and joy, and like, just never not showing up to people around you, continuing to show up despite what's going on, and just loving where you're at and being where your feet are and pouring everything into that moment. That's something I always tell, like, especially young coaches, and when they're going into it, of be completely where your feet are. It may not be where you want to be at that moment, but using all those moments and all the times that you're at right now to help you get better as a person and as a coach, so that later on you can be maybe at the stage or the place that you wanted, but never trying to like look for what's next.
Yeah.
Just being present and truly pouring into the people around you. You'll never regret that.
Never.
No.
So I want to talk a little bit about the team that you have on this year. You guys have, it's amazing. I love seeing you guys compete, be there for each other, even around campus, walking around. You guys are always together. What is one word that you would describe this team as?
One word, I would say, there's one word, that's tough.
Give me 2 words.
I would say like sisterhood, and then competitive. And I think that like they enjoy being around each other, and they just want to compete, and they definitely want to continue to get better. And that's something that I can tell, like, it starts at the top, and that's something that they know, like, they have that growth mindset and that piece of like they love each other and they want everyone to be better, and they want to hold each other to that standard a lot more than maybe in the past. Yeah.
Who are the leaders that you're kind of putting this message on? Like, hey, I need you to go ahead and teach this to these younger girls. Like, I'm giving this to you, and it's time for you to spread it out to the rest of the team.
Yeah, I think that, I try not to say, like, okay, it's just one person or, like, just the people at the top, because, there's times that a freshman may have the best thing to say. And so, like, whenever we talk about that, like, obviously people that have a more of an impact on some things can have something more to say. I mean, I have 2 that'll talk obviously later, Hannah Dorsett and Abbi Perkins, and I think they have really good things to say, and people listen. And so those are some of the ones. But also off that, like, we have 9 seniors, 5 that have been here for all 4 years, and then we have 8 juniors. So we are very upperclassmen heavy. It's 17 of our 25. And so, just leaning on them and their experiences, but not just putting it on one person. I think sometimes when you do that, you make a mistake and it's like all eyes on you. Oh, the leader messed up, and it's not always fun for them. But just realizing we all have to take ownership for our actions, and we all are responsible for our success. So it's not just on one person, but we all can hold each other accountable, and we all can hold ourselves to our core values and all the things, even off the field. Yeah, if you were to go through all your core values, what would they be? Okay. I was going to say these, but I don't know, family, grit, compete, excellence, and belief. And I think that's one of the main things, is like just having the belief in the people around you, and knowing that, like, even if you may not have seen them do it, or you don't know 100%, like, like, deep down that they will, just because you haven't seen it. And that's one of the hardest ones, is the belief piece. It's got to start before anything else. Tell me about your coaching staff. You brought on some good people with you. You have some people in your corner. Who are some of the coaches that are really putting into these players? Like, all the coaches. I mean, I'm blessed with an amazing staff. I have 3 assistants. Madeline Porter, she played for me at Troy, and she works obviously with our hitters and with our outfield. She played third for me, but she can do a little bit of both. Anna Shellnut, she played at Florida State, coached at Troy, has a lot of experience. She works our catchers and our hitters. And then Mandy Jordan, she pitched at Lipscomb, has coached some other places. And so, just bringing in good people. And I think one of the main things that I love about them is we all want to have that growth mindset. And so, we all push each other to want to be better. Mm-hmm. And as we are learning and growing, it helps our team. And I tell our team all the time, we can't expect them to have a growth mindset if we as coaches don't have one. Mm-hmm. And so we live that out day in and day out. And we keep, I love when we're scouting and stuff and talking about things because it just opens good conversation. And it's not it's a yes, yes, like a yes man. It's true conversations of what we think can be best and how we think our team continue to get better and how we can get better and be more better for our team. Mm-hmm. And so, like I said, I'm blessed with an amazing staff. And they pour into our kids and they love our kids, and that's something that I will be forever grateful that they do, because that's something that's not every place has that.
Yeah. When you're recruiting and looking for new girls to bring into this team, what are you looking for?
Yeah, I think something just competitive, athletic, and people that want to be here. Mm-hmm. That's something that's important, is wanting to be where they're at. Obviously the softball piece has got to be there, but as people who they are, and like I said, just more competitive, because I want you to want to be the best at, even in school, and if we're playing Twiddlywinks or whatever, they want to win at that. You just want people that want to win, and they have those high expectations and aspirations for themselves, because if they don't in other things, it ends up trickling into softball. Mm-hmm. And so bringing in competitive athletes, but also just good humans that want to be where we are, and where they're at.
When this season is said and done, what is one thing that you want to make sure, I did this and I'm glad that I was able to implement this into my program? I'm glad that I know that I succeeded because this happened.
I think that, kind of off that, just them pouring into this program and being where their feet were, and brick by brick, and laying the foundation, because it's far greater than just right this moment. And so the legacy they're leaving is, no one's going to remember your stats and all that. It's how you made people feel and what you did in those moments, and leaving a place better than you found it. It's important. So, just this year, just knowing that we truly have bought into going brick by laying our bricks and having a good foundation, and whatever happens, we will be ready for the adversity. At some point, every team faces adversity, and I know that we will be ready for that adversity. And I know that everyone on our team, 1 to 25, will fight for one another.
Yeah. I love that. I love how close you guys are.
Yeah, so I love it too. It's really special, and I think that's something that I'm grateful for. And I think sometimes off of that, everyone's oh, you're close. The one thing that I'll say about that is they still continue to have the hard conversations, and not everywhere does. It's oh, we're just close and we just want to be friends and we don't want to be mean. It's you're not being mean, you just have an expectation and you want to hold them to it. Yeah. And I think that's something that I've been really proud to see this year from our team.
Do you feel like having such a upperclassman heavy team allows you to have those harder conversations with the underclassmen?
Potentially, yeah, and I think obviously just encouraging it,
and
us having them. And I think, like I said, it starts at the top, so the more we have them, the more they're going to realize that, okay, that's real. It's not just oh God, I got to go do it, but Coach Smartt's not going to agree, or our coaches aren't going to agree. It's we're all going to buy into it. She's going to have the hard conversation with us, so we might as well have it, because if not, we're still going to have the whole hard conversation as a team.
Right.
And so just knowing that and seeing them do it, and so giving permission and encouraging that, but also just having people that say the right thing and knowing their team is going to support them.
So what are the bus rides like for your team?
I think they have a pretty good time. I think the first one, they always make the new people karaoke and stuff like that.
Really?
But yeah, we like to have a good time. I'm like I said, I'm really all over the place. So I like to enjoy things. And so, we lock in when we gotta lock in. But like to have a good time on the way to the games. Definitely, the bus ride is pretty great. There's no doubt about that.
What's your karaoke song?
My karaoke song for the bus. I would probably just say "Since You've Been Gone."
It's you're all out karaoke.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
You're going for it.
Yeah, I'll go for that one. That's an easy one.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
What are you doing when you're not coaching softball?
Pouring into this program. But I like to say I'd like to say that I like to play golf. I wish I had a little more time to play it, but just continuing to pour into this place, because ultimately, as you're trying to build something, a lot at the beginning you're pouring into that. So being with people that I enjoy, and I would love to say I've played golf more, but I don't. But I do enjoy it. So as we continue to get better and better, I know that I'm going to have more time to do those things, but I'm beyond grateful right now to pour into this place and continue to get it better and better.
Who do you lean on?
Obviously, I think everyone has different mentors. I have some different mentors. Becky Clark at South Alabama would definitely be someone that I will have in my pocket forever, and I'm really grateful. Lindsay Leftwich. I lean on my dad a good bit, obviously being a college coach. He gets a lot of the stuff. The only thing he does not understand is he's always like, I don't deal with crying. And I'm like, Dad, they don't cry all the time. Like, he's always like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, I know you don't. But, having him in my back pocket definitely helps. But just other, like, coaches that I've worked for and everything. So just fortunate to have them and know they're always a phone call away if I need them.
Yeah. What's the best piece of advice they've given you?
Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care.
What does that mean to you?
You can have, like, all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't have the relationship with them and you don't have that connection piece, they're not going to listen. Kind of like they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So, like, being, like, you can have all this knowledge and you can have all the right things to say, but if they're not ready for it, so being able to connect with people and, letting them know you care far more as a person than they do as, like, it's not just about softball. So, like, if I have all this softball knowledge I want to share, but they don't think I actually care about them as a person, they're not going to listen. And so that's something that I truly believe to my core.
What are we looking out for this season? When we're watching UAB softball, when we're watching them play and compete and have that grit, what are us as fans looking for?
Yeah, just a fun and like, energetic team, competitive, and just know that, like, they're going to be gritty and they're not going to give up until the very end, and know that, like, they're going to keep throwing punches as the game goes on, and just they're going to enjoy playing. We're going to be competitive, and like I said, we're going to find ways to win ball games. It may not be the exact same way every time. We're going to find ways to win.
Yeah, so fun and competitive. What is that dugout? What's that environment like in the dugout for them?
A lot of fun. I mean, obviously I'm usually at third base, so I'm not always right there with them. But, fun, finding ways to engage, with all the, like, random props and things they're allowed to have, but, enjoying each other. But I tell them all the time to put our energy on ourselves. So, like, finding ways to truly, like, embrace us and our energy as a team and what makes us have the most fun, not, like, going at other teams. So, whatever they end up bringing this year, we'll see. I haven't seen it yet, so who knows what they'll pull out. But whatever, like I said, whatever it helps to them engage and be themselves, authentically themselves.
I love it. I'm so excited to watch you guys this season and watch how you guys are just as a team, giving to each other, continuing to pour into your teammates, because I think they're a big reflection of who you are, and they're great people.
No doubt. We are excited, and hopefully, you'll get to come watch us play at home a good bit.
Yeah, of course. Hopefully Blazer Nation comes out and watches you guys play.
Yes, come watch us play. We play at home. Our first opening game is February 18th against West Georgia, and then we open that weekend with a tournament at home. We have Ole Miss, Tennessee, Missouri State, Southern Illinois, and Mercer. So it's going to be a pretty competitive tournament and a lot of people here. So we're super excited that we'll play away for 2 weekends, and then we'll be really excited to be home and sleep in our own bed.
Yeah. Well, tell me about that environment, actually, about Blazer Nation.
Yeah.
What's that environment like for softball, and what are you hoping that they bring to these games?
Yeah, I think the fans, I think that was something last year. They got to engage more with our players, and they enjoyed that. So just, the atmosphere, and then I tell them all the time that the more they give to them and, like, they engage with them, the more they're going to give back. And so that was something last year. We continue to see a lot more younger players in the stands, and I think that also, keeps our players young and excited of knowing, like, someone's looking up to them. And so, the fans are amazing. They give back, and they're super energetic. But like I said, we have to create that too. And so we continued to do that last year, and that was something that we'll keep building on this year. But a fun environment, and knowing that, like, people there are going to support us. They're going to be hype when we're hype and everything, but we got to create our own energy with that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Coach Smartt, for joining us on the Inferno Podcast. Now, don't go too far, because we'll be right back with our Blazer of the Week. Welcome back to the Inferno Podcast, your official podcast of UAB Athletics. Today we have our Blazer of the Week presented by Blazer Mobile. I'm here with Hannah Dorsett and Abbi Perkins of UAB Women's Softball. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so happy to talk to you guys. Sit down before we get ready for, game day, game week.
I know.
How's it feel going into the season?
I'm very excited. I know we've had a hard month of practice, and I think especially the first couple of weeks, like leading into the first game, is really tough because you're so excited to play that you have to really lock in during practice.
Yeah. What are you guys most excited about for this team?
I'm excited just to finally play together, not against each other. We've been scrimmaging a lot, so having 9 on the field and just playing together for one purpose is going to be fun. Yeah.
What's your philosophy going into this team? Like, what does it mean to be a part of UAB softball?
It's truly a blessing. I mean, this team especially, I think that's what's fun about this sport is that every year it's something different. And I truly think with this team that we have so much fun together. So I think the success that we have is going to become more natural because I think we're going to play our best ball when we're having fun. And it's not hard at all to have fun with this team. So it's really fun. Even practices are fun. So I can't imagine what games are going to be like.
Yeah, we were able to talk with Coach Smartt not too long ago. How do you guys feel playing for Coach Smartt? What does it mean to play for a coach like Coach Smartt?
I think she's just a breath of fresh air. When I'm around her, energy's always high. She's contagious to be around, and it's the best part of my day getting to be around her, her staff, and just the teammates.
Hannah, what does it mean for you?
I think she mentioned before her passion, and you feel it when you're around her on the field. She would do anything for us on the field. I mean, the amount of work that the staff does for us is insane, and they pour into us every second of every day, even when we're not at practice, and I think that goes to show on the field, like how loved we feel or how loved we feel from them, and we love them the same back. Just a family atmosphere.
So I want a favorite memory of Coach Smartt and a favorite memory of this season so far.
Okay, I'll start with the Coach Smartt memory. Recently we've been talking, it's been cold and stuff, and we had a situation last year where we were playing at Sanford and it was freezing cold. I mean, one of the coldest games some of us have probably played in, and she's yelling at us that we can't wear our jackets in the dugout, and we're just standing there freezing, and she goes and layers up, I'm not kidding, she has all 5 jackets, and we're like, wow. And then the other day she mentioned to us, by the way, no jackets for y'all, but I'm going to be wearing mine.
She has enough jackets on to share with
yes.
My favorite memory would be probably last week we had our video board introduction, and I was told to throw down. It was pitch black. And I was like, can you hold my catcher's mask? And somehow it ended up on her face, and her body looks so small and her head looks so big. So that picture lives rent-free in my head.
We got to put that picture up on there.
Yeah, I have it. If you need it, I have it.
Oh, absolutely. We're putting it on there. Just going to blast it on the screen.
And then for a team-wise, I think something really fun, which I'm very surprised when I say this, the 100-point game, it's a little challenge we do during practice, and you have 20 minutes to get 100 points basically, and it's a lot of cardio and stuff, and let's just say last year we barely could get it. It's really hard. It's tough. You got to hit. You got to go chase the balls everywhere. And this year, we are killing it. We're getting it in 12 minutes. We're trying to set a record every time, and it's not my choice of what I would want to do at practice, but I think with the team and stuff, it's been really fun. And then when they yell, y'all got it, and it's been 11 minutes, it's wow, it's just really fun to succeed in that.
Yeah, I think our first few days back, we did spring training, and I really enjoyed the CrossFit and just watching how much we struggle but doing it together.
Yeah.
I think we can conquer anything now.
What's the biggest thing that you've seen growth-wise within this team?
I think our mindset, I think they could throw anything at us and we would take it like champs, but I think that comes with having that trust and that family relationship on the field.
Did it take you guys a minute to kind of learn what that means, how to build that adversity, have that trust with your teammates? Did it take a minute to build that?
Definitely. I mean, I think just coming in with a new team, we have a lot of new faces, freshmen, transfers. I think it's really hard just as young women too, just to kind of learn how people react to things and learn people's way of that you need to talk to them. So the first few months is always hard with a new team because you have to realize what truly does work for this team. You don't want to yell at them, but you need to be tough on them.
Right.
So just figuring out that has been fun for sure.
So Abbi, we went through some injuries. So when we're pushing through those injuries, what kind of kept you motivated, kept you going to come back and dominate the season?
Always the mindset of wanting more. I'm big in my faith, so just relying that, you're going to get in the trenches, but God's going to pick you up and move you even higher. And then my family, they were like, your story's not done yet. God holds the pen, just let him keep writing. So my faith has really got me through it.
I love that. I love to see how you're competing this season. I'm so ready to see you out there on the field, girl.
I'm ready.
So we're going into our first game. What are you guys most excited about going into this game?
I'm just ready, like Perk said earlier, to compete together. We've been competing against each other, it feels like, for months and months now. And I truly think when we all 25 plus the coaching staff are on the same side, like I think the atmosphere is going to be insane.
Yeah. I don't even have words for it. It's kind of bittersweet knowing, this is the first last. But being with this team, I've never felt a love so deep. And right now I've never loved softball more. So just wanting to continue that.
So you talked about this being the first last. Like this is your last go ride. What do you want to come out of this season?
Obviously a conference championship, but at the end of the day, like I'm not worried about the stats and stuff. It's the friendships that I'm going to take for the rest of my life, the lessons I'm going to learn from Coach Smartt and her staff, and just embracing every moment, being where my feet are, and the situations that you're put in. So Coach Smartt, she runs a tough practice, but I leave there and I feel beneficial.
Where does it start?
For our practice?
Like what philosophy-wise? Like where is it starting? Is it starting in the weight room? Is it starting at practice? Starting like in your apartments with your team? Where is this all starting?
I definitely say it starts with our team completely. We do a lot of stuff outside of softball, and we know that's important because you don't want to surround yourself with just softball. It gets old. It really does.
Yeah.
And so when you can find fun things outside of softball, that's where it starts for us. And then we've done 6:30 a.m. weights every day, so it's how can we bring our energy at 6 a.m. every day. And then at practice, we do like a breath together every day together before we go out in the field, so that finding it right there for in practice. But it's also, too, like trying to find – there's times to be silly, goofy, have fun, and the coaches know that. But it's like when the pitch is coming, like how can you lock in that pitch? So I think we do a really good mixture of being silly, goofy, and having fun, but at the same time being locked in the whole time, too.
Yeah. Abby, do you have a ritual?
I have to do the same hairstyle, and I like to put on worship music. Kind of calms me down. I don't get too hyped before the games because then I'm like jittery. So I think I'm kind of chill on game days and do the same hairstyle.
Yeah, I love that. What's y'all's favorite part about UAB and being in Birmingham?
I live 20 minutes away, so it's really a blessing for me to be able to go home to my family I don't go every other night, but I probably go like once a week, and it makes me so happy seeing my parents and stuff, and I know I'm truly blessed to have that opportunity, so I would say for me being close to home.
Yeah,
I'm not really close to home, but knowing that everybody's around here, there's always stuff to do. I came from like kind of nowhere place, so now it's like, oh, let's go here, let's do this, but a lot of the girls on the team like to go out and spend some money, so I'm learning how to save so that I can do that with them.
What do you want to do after when softball's said and done? What does life look like for you guys?
I'm gonna get my master's in education, but hopefully Coach Smartt keeps me around next year and I can GA and just learn from her.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, I hope she does because she is my roommate, so that would make my life a lot easier. But for me, my dream would be to own my own Pilates studio one day.
Nice.
I love Pilates. That's why I do outside of softball, and that's like where I feel calmed and stuff. And I love just feeling confident. I feel like when I walk into a Pilates studio, I feel so confident in myself, and like I would love to have a studio one day where people could feel that too.
Oh, I love that. What's y'all's favorite part about game day?
Ooh, I think just playing. You get the scouting done, you get the pregame stuff done, and then, after the national anthem, you go out there and you play and you compete and you get to be yourself.
Yeah, I would say I like the late innings of the games for sure. I think that's where it gets really more tense, and I think just whether you're down or you're up, like you have to really lock in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, 7th inning, and I think that makes game day really fun too, like finishing the task.
How do you guys implement that intensity when it comes to practice? Like the intensity of mimicking in those game days, what do you implement in practice that puts that out there?
I think just being put in hard situations so that when you get to the game, you're like, I've done this before. I think that's helped a lot.
Yeah, and I would say it's not easy. Like, obviously, it's really hard at practice to show up every single day, too. So I think it's knowing that days when you don't completely show up with high energy, that it's okay because it's not going to be perfect every day. But we definitely do a lot of, like, scrimmages that kind of intense the game. We do a lot of challenges, and, like, we do, like, winner gets something, loser's got to run. So I think putting a little pressure on us, definitely.
What does Coach Smartt put into this program that sticks with you every single day, that's in the back of your head, like, okay, Coach Smart's saying this, and I know that this is something that we have to live by every single day going into practice?
Her big thing recently is being where your feet are, and that kind of sticks with me. You know, I wake up and I get to do this. I don't have to do it, so it's really stuck with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say something she says a lot is scare money, don't make money. And it's kind of just showing us take risk. Like, she don't care if we fail. Like, it's a sport of failure. And I think and she gets so excited when she sees that we do take a risk, so we live by that one too, I think.
When we're looking at the rest of the staff, where is that support coming from? When you guys are looking and seeing, like, your assistant coaches are putting that support into you, how do you guys feel during practice having so many people behind you having that support?
I would say it's amazing, truly. I mean, I think Coach Smartt put together the best staff she could have, and I have such a good relationship. I feel like I speak for the whole team with every single one of them, where if they're standing behind me, I can literally just have a normal conversation. And I think something special, too, is they all have been here, and where our feet are, they've been there. They've played in college. They know it's not easy. They know when we have hard days that it's okay. And I think they're girls with us. Like, we can have any conversation, too. And I think our trainer, too, Carly, she's a huge part of that, too. Although she didn't play softball growing up, she understands here. She's been a rock for us. She's been here for all my 3 years at least, too. I know that and more. But, yeah, the support is insane, and we just love them so much.
What about the support from Blazer Nation? What are you hoping that the Blazer fans bring to you guys this season?
I think it's important that in order to receive stuff, we have to give to them and go to games and events and promote their stuff. So I'm hoping that the more we do that, the more they give to us, too.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so excited to see you guys compete this season. Good luck this weekend as you guys travel, and stay warm out there.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Hannah and Abby, for joining us with our Blazer of the Week. We'll be right back with This Week in Blazer Nation.
The if in life, it's a world of possibilities. If you go for a night out with friends, if you can keep an eye on your money along the way, if you know you have overdraft protection with no fee transfers from savings, when you get a low balance alert, it's easier to say yes to fun. If that sounds good, try Regions Life Banking.
Stay ready for the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Welcome back to This Week in Blazer Nation. It was a week of wins for our Blazers, starting us off with women's track and field. They had 6 personal bests broken this weekend, with 3 of those coming from the mile and the other 3 coming from the 400-meter dash, the indoor long jump, and the 60-meter hurdle. Bowling's Jordan Shipp broke a school record, going 299 pinfall versus Quincy. Men's basketball, Chance Wesley scored 18 points, securing the win with a late bucket, earning himself Buffalo Wild Wings Wild Man of the Week. Women's basketball, Callie Smallwood had 25 points, hitting 7 threes, earning herself Buffalo Wild Wings Player of the Week. Now, let's go into what's going on this week in Blazer Nation. On February 5th, starting our week off, men's basketball is going to be hosting Memphis for a big rival game at 8 p.m. It's going to be a Gold Out and Pac Bartow out. Behind them is going to be UAB Rifle for the 6th through the 7th for the Southern Conference Tournament. Also on Friday, softball begins the Southern Miss Tournament, taking on Lipscomb at 9 a.m. Following them is going to be women's track. They're going to be at the Birmingham Crossplex for the UAB Green and Gold Invite. Closing us out that night, softball is taking on Southeastern Missouri at 2 p.m. On Saturday, UAB men's golf is going to be at Tarma-Sharkey Individual Collegiate. Following them, UAB women's track is going to be on day 2 of the Green and Gold Invite beginning at 8:45 a.m. Softball continues their tournament versus Louisiana Tech with women's basketball at FAU at 1 p.m. Softball plays again, taking on Southern Miss at 2 p.m. with women's tennis at Alabama at 4 o'clock. On Sunday, men's golf is still at the Thomas-Sharkey Invitational Collegiate with women's tennis versus Alabama State at the Hoover Met Tennis Center at 1. Men's basketball hosts Rice at 2 p.m. with softball closing us out on Sunday. UAB softball wraps up the Southern Miss Tournament versus Lipscomb at 2 p.m. That's all I have for you this week in Blazer Nation. Plenty of opportunity to watch our Blazers compete this week. Thank you so much for joining me on the Inferno Podcast. I'm Madison Page, and stay tuned next week for another episode of Inferno.